Welcome back to Friday Shenanigans with B. I'm your host, B. Today's video will be a DIY video. Woo! I really enjoyed making my last one, and I know you guys really enjoyed it as well. So I decided, hey, why not make another one? I will be showing you 2 crafts, and then I have a surprise at the end. Keep watching for the surprise. Please don't skip. I'll know if you skip because I know these things, and I'm gonna cry if you skip. I'm gonna know if you skip it, and you're gonna be very uncomfortable when I start crying, all right? So we don't want any of that. Today's crafts are gonna be these cool little plant hanger thingies that I have in the corner of my room. I recently made these the other day and they are so cute. I love them so much. I have a little baby hanging off of one of them right there. I will be showing you 2 ways of doing this. So the first way is how I have them hung up. And then we have the easiest way possible without even using knots. So I'm gonna show you how to do that as well. The second craft we will be doing are these cool canvases that I found on TikTok. It's like a TikTok trend that I thought was pretty cool that I thought I'd try out for myself. It's really simple, although it does require a needle, so please be careful with that. And then at the very end, we have our surprise, so keep watching for that. All right, first thing we have are my plant hangers. All right, what you're gonna need for this is a pot of some sort. I used a clay pot from Michael's, some yarn, and then for this, beads are optional. Go crazy.
Go stupid.
I got everything at Michael's. I got, they have really cute fake succulents right now. I decided to put fake succulents held in with paper because even though succulents only need like water once a month, I still can't figure out how to keep them alive. I added these cute little beads at the bottom. You don't need to do this. I just had these laying around that I wasn't gonna be using. So those are the materials you're gonna need. What I did here was the tie method. Basically, just the tie method. I'm gonna go right into, I'm gonna stop talking here. I'm gonna switch around my camera to where you can actually see what I'm doing, right? Because I can't explain it when I'm just looking at this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Take it away.
All right, thank you, Bailey. This is just a simple voiceover. It's probably not gonna be that great, but I'm gonna try. So you're gonna take your pot and flip it over, right? And then take your yarn. I decided to make mine the same length as my wingspan. And then you do that 4 times. So you get 8 strands all together. And then you're gonna cut the little loop after you fold them all over.
Hold that mortal's thread of life good and tight.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time. So after you cut it, you're gonna tie a little knot in the bottom of it, or at least one side, it doesn't really matter. Just a little baby knot, you know how it is. And then you're gonna take that knot and then you're gonna put it in the hole of your pot. I think this is a lot easier to do when you tie it, the ties around the pot, because it just keeps it in place. And just stick it in there with a knife, or not a knife, don't use a knife, use scissors. And then it just hangs. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna separate the string into 4 sections with 2 strands each and make it into like a little plus sign on the bottom. And then you're gonna tape it down. You don't have to tape it down, but I find it easier to tape it down to the pot just so it stays in place, like and even and all nice. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to tie knots. Now, this is a pretty simple part. This is probably the simplest. You're gonna just do a simple knot, loop-de-loop and pull, and your shoes are looking cool, like from SpongeBob, but like not actually tying your shoes. You're just gonna tie it. Simple thing. And then you're gonna tie it to the rim of the pot or whatnot, because this is gonna be your base, like where it sits on. You see how I did it right up to the rim here? Yeah, right there. You're just gonna do that on 4 sides. And then what I like to do is I like to move the tape down and put it over the knots I made so this stays in place when I make my other knots. Because when it comes to these things, it's very easy to get it off balance and weird once you put your pot in it. So this is a really simple way of keeping it in place. And then you're gonna take 1 string from one side and another string from the one next to it, and then you're gonna tie those together, connecting the 2. It's almost like when you tie somebody's shoelaces together, but like you're not actually hurting anybody in this case, or pranking anybody, because no pranks, you get sent home. And you just do that on 4 sides. pretty simple. And then move your tape again, just so it stays in place. You know how we like it around here, all nice and even. And then you're gonna do that 4 times. So I already have 2 knots here, and then you're just gonna do that 4 times. Boom, there we go, there it is. You see how I have 4 rows of knots, and then you're gonna take the strings on the bottom and kind of flip it inside out, because that's what it was when the knot was on the inside. And then there's your little holder for your planter, your plant pot or whatnot. You just stick your little pot in there, and then it's got little clothes. Right, but we're not done yet, because we can't just hang it from 4 loose strands, right? I mean, it's sitting in there, but how are we gonna hang it up? So I like to take my concealer wand here, because it's just the right circumference for a nice little loop where it's small, but still does the job. You tie it around there, and then you got these loose strands hanging from it. And so what I like to do, I like to take just a separate string and then tie it around the top. All simple and nice like that. And then I connect the excess string to where the other excess strings were, and then I just take it and then wrap it around all of the excess string, make it look nice. I mean, you won't be able to pay attention to it anyway. It's not a really big deal, so you won't see it. But then you just tie it at the bottom, cut it, and then you've got like your nice little holder, and then you hang it on a hook. And then now you can hang it anywhere. Isn't it nice? It's so nice. I love it. Simple. And then here I am putting the beads on it, just because I think it gives it a little boho flair. You really can do it with anything. I just had these laying around in my little craft bin. You just tie a simple knot to keep them from going anywhere. It's pretty simple. Again, you don't have to do this part, but if you want to add flair, you can add like pony beads or like whatever. And it's actually, I like keeping all the string at the bottom various lengths. You don't have to even it out. You can do whatever. I'm not the boss of you, but yeah, there it is. My completed plant hangers with my little baby. Guys, what should I name him? So for this one, I would be lying if I said this took me a couple tries to get the hang of. You just get a long piece of string tied together, and then you tie, and that, you don't tie a loop, you just kind of fold a loop over, and then put your pot right on top of that little, whatever that's called, intersection. Take your knot, put it through the top of that loop, and then pull. And then you've got that, and then you kind of gotta make sure you have it even, or else the pot will fall out. You take that, you fold it over the top of the pot, and then just as you did with the top part, you're gonna take your string and then pull it through those little loops on the side. I tried to make this as visible as I possibly could, and then you just pull up on it. You gotta make it even, and then you just pull up. It's not the sturdiest, I will say. The knotting it is a lot more worth it than this, just because I know for a fact that if you were to knot it, it won't come out. But this is kind of like a quick little thing if you wanted to hang something, really up to you. And then you just stick your succulent, your fake succulent in it, and then it's chilling there. That's option number 2.
So the second craft we are going to be doing today are these cute little canvases. This is my Shaka one.
Okay, so what you're gonna need is a stretched canvas over some wood. You're gonna need some tape, paintbrush, some paint, your string of choice, and then a sewing kit.
Depending on the color paint that you choose, so for this one I chose yellow, but for this one that I'm about to make, I'm gonna choose blue. You're gonna need the same color embroidery string. You can get this stuff at Michael's for really cheap. It's about 50 cents a pack of string. As you can see on this one, the white string will go on the yellow or whatever color you choose, and then the other color string will go on the white part or whatever color you choose. It's vice versa, you get the picture. So I am gonna go from this angle into the above angle. Take it away.
All right, thank you again for that intro. So I sped this part up just because it's pretty darn simple. All of this stuff, you just tape off from one end to the other end to get a cool like triangle. If you wanted to do it in the middle, you could do that, and then you just paint it. This part is kind of satisfying because then when you get to peel it off, it's nice and perfect. Except when I did it, I freaking missed a spot. How about that? Look at that. So then I fixed it. And then you take a stencil, mine was a surfboard, and then you take a safety pin or a pin and you just poke holes in it. You just go along your stencil. It doesn't have to be perfect, but looks kind of cool. And you take it off, and then as you can't really see it here, but you can see my design a little bit. And then when you start to sew it into the canvas, you're gonna do opposite color on opposite color. So here I am doing blue on white, white on blue, right? And then you're gonna poke your thing through, and then what is the hardest part of this is you have to learn how to use a back stitch. So it's not like a normal stitch if you've ever sewn something on a piece of clothes. So what you do is you go through the top, right, just like I'm doing, and then you go to the hole in front of it, right? Like 2 in front of it, I'm going 2 holes in front of it. And then you push it through, right, normal, just like this. Right, and then you take your string and then you go backwards and put your needle right through where you went through already with the needle. And so once you do this, it creates a nice line. That way there's no spacing or whatever in your canvas. And yeah, you're gonna need a lot more string than you anticipate, so make sure you're not using too little. And if you do, that's perfectly fine, because you can just tie it in the back and restart again. You won't be able to tell. And then, yeah. And then you just do that with the opposite color. Boom, right? Look at that. Look how cool that looks. I love this so much. It was a nice little thing, a little added touch to my room. It looked great along with the Shaka sign. And yeah, how about that? Thanks, TikTok.
All right. I just got real sad. Does that ever happen to you guys? When you just, like, I was just doing this stuff with my hands and I know what I need to do. Mom will be back.
Worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow.
Bailey? Bea, what are you doing here? The church is closed.
Hi.
Hey.
I just really miss program.
Oh man, me too. You miss youth group?
Very much.
Yeah.
I really also miss the cafe.
Oh, it's so close but so far,
I know,
huh?
I wish I had a key.
All those snacks are right there. You think the students miss it too?
Yeah.
They probably want their snacks. No one can get their Sunday night snacks.
No. It's madness.
Do you think that we could do something?
Yeah.
Hey guys, we are here to tell you about a really exciting Friday Shenanigans event that we are doing right here, right now. It is called the Clean Out the Cafe giveaway. We realized that all of our favorite youth group snacks in the cafe are just sitting there alone, withering away,
Wasted.
all by themselves. And that is no life for our cafe snacks. So,
Period.
that is where you come in. We are going to give 3 lucky winners the chance to come out to the trunk of Bailey's car next Wednesday that will hold the contents of the entire youth cafe. You will have a limited time to fill up 1 bag of your choice that you find in your house with all of the cafe contents you can possibly fit in there. I'm talking, you shove all the ramen noodles you want in your bag, all the purple Skittles you want in your bag, all the Dr. Pepper you want in your bag.
All the Sour Punch straws in your bag. Yes.
You get to win, right?
Right. And so, in order to enter in this giveaway, comment down below your favorite cafe snack.
Yes.
Yeah, so if your favorite's the Reese's, be like, what's up, Reese's? And then that's your entry. You get 1 entry per person.
1 entry per person, and on Monday at 3 o'clock, we are going to draw 3 people out of the hat. We're gonna write down all of the Instagram handles that entered. We'll draw 3 people out of the hat. and we will DM you if you are a lucky winner, and we'll get your address from you, and we are gonna come by Wednesday after school, beep, beep, beep the horn, and let you come on out to the trunk of Bailey's car and load up your bag to clean out the cafe.
And you can bring any bag you want.
Yep.
A bag, like a purse, like a tiny purse. You can bring a tote bag. You can bring a suitcase.
You got one of those IKEA bags at your house?
Yeah. If you want to use a hat, you can do that. Whatever can hold. If you want to use your shirt.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
Up to you.
Yep. You pick the bag. You come out to the trunk of Bailey's car. You clean out the cafe. Enter to win. Comment down below, and we'll see who gets to win and clean out the cafe.